Hi, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your July 21st, 2024 full moon reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously. It gets this channel seen by more people, which gets the message of spirit out to more people. So thank you so very much for doing so. And if you're interested in a private reading, check out my website, daneharttarot.com. It's listed in the description box below, and I look forward to reading for you. So let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Fantastic. Just going to make sure everything is in frame and you can see it all perfect. All right, we are crowned here. Oh, I love this card. Look at this. Look at that beautiful peacock. Okay, this is the 9 of Cups, and this is a wish. This is like a cross your fingers. I hope this happens. I wish this happens type of thing coming forward. So this is really beautiful because you're going to see that it gives you the confidence to like jumpstart things, to really move things forward and be like, I can do that. I can do that. And it all starts with a small little wish that you wouldn't think was such a big deal, but it's like, I got to win. And that win, I'm just so excited for it for you because that win is so beautiful. It's like, oh, if I can do that, then what about this? And what about this? And what about this? And so it starts pulling things forward for you, Scorpio, in a way that's like, oh, wow. And because this full moon is in Capricorn, and Capricorn is all about getting things done, right? It's all about lining things up, getting things done, practical, determined, hardworking. And so that energy just feeds in so well with this small win. And all of a sudden it's like, I can do this. It's like, I can open up my whole world to me. And that is beautiful. It moves us then to the Magician. I love this for you. It is standing before the altar of our existence, claiming our magic, claiming our power. So often we overlook ourselves. We look at other people, we compare ourselves to others. Comparison is the thief of joy. Every flower blooms in their own time. And so here with the Magician, we're seeing our magic, we're seeing our power, we're seeing our purpose, we're seeing our potential, and we're saying, but this is what I'm good at. And instead of thinking, well, everybody else is good at this too, it's like, no, I'm going to lean into my strengths and lean into being me. No, because you're the only you out there. And it's such a miracle that you're here, right? There's so many different things that have to come together in order for you to be on this earthly plane. And so now it's starting to look at your magic, look at yourself, and really celebrate you. And that's a great thing. It's not egotistical. It's not angry. It's like, no, this is me. We then have the 8 of Wands. Okay. So Scorpio, things are going to go a bit slow. We're going to get a little bit annoyed at this because the 8 of Wands is like, okay, it's happening really quick. We have to kind of take things in and then react, but we're going to want things to be speeding up. And this is going to be a time where it's like, okay, slow it down, look, both ways before crossing the road type of thing, and then move forward. And that's going to be actually very good. We're having a pause put on thing or a cautiousness around us that is very beneficial. And let's just talk astrologically speaking about this time frame, about July. So we have this Capricorn full moon, all about getting things done, all about moving forward with tenacity and independence of self and like, yeah, I can do this. And at the beginning of July, we have Neptune going retrograde, okay? Neptune goes retrograde on the 2nd of July all the way to December 7th. And this is so good. This is so good for us because it lifts the illusions of things. It makes things a lot more real, which Capricorn energy ruled by Saturn very into. It's like, it's real. It's like the nitty gritty of it all. And so we're able to have the illusions be lifted. And that's why we're able to see what it is that we desire and also make practical wishes for ourselves. It brings us then to also on the 2nd of July, we had Mercury going into Leo, which makes us a lot more confident in our words, a lot more straightforward, a lot more determined. Now, do be aware, okay, that we also have on the 20th, I know I'm jumping ahead, on the 20th of July, we have Mars entering into Gemini. So even though we have this Mercury in Leo energy that makes us more confident with our words, on the 20th, we have this Mars going into Gemini energy, which can make everybody a little bit more combative. And everybody's really confident within themselves and what they're saying. And so I'm right, you're wrong type of thing. We have to be very mindful of this. But it's also a great time to set up boundaries for ourselves and to say, okay, this is what I accept. This is what I don't accept. It moves us then to Polaris, which is the third largest asteroid in our solar system. Okay, it went retrograde. No, it comes out of retrograde. There we go. It comes out of retrograde and has gone direct in Scorpio. And Polaris is all about, the importance of our inner wisdom, of our creative light, of our dreams. And Scorpio, it just kind of feels for us, especially since we are Scorpios, right? This is going to impact us more. It feels like, my gosh, I've come home. My gosh, I can see it now. I can see it clearly. So knowing that energy is here for us is going to be just so beneficial. And it moves us to on the 11th of July, we have here Venus entering into Leo. So love, a little bit cat-like. Everybody's a little bit cat-like when it comes to love. Love is going to be on my terms. I'm going to leave when I want to leave. I'm going to come when I want to come, type of thing. And that's just going to be how we are. So just embracing that. For water sign energy, that's a little bit difficult because we're not fire sign energy. And we can find it really hard to take that in. It's like, no, if I love you, I love you. If I don't love you, you'll know. I'll tell you. And we'll be moving on. So just being aware of that is going to be really important. It moves us then to the Three of Pentacles. We work really well with others, and we're actually going to find a lot of satisfaction and a lot of coming together with different people, different ideas, different ways of looking at things. And it brings us then to the Fool reverse. So even though we have this confidence within us and we're seeing ourselves move forward really, really well, we are a bit stuck. And so an acknowledgement of that stuck around our passion, around our fire, around the way that we want to move forward, it really comes out in the Fool, where the Fool reverse is like, I'm afraid to take this leap of faith on me. I'm afraid to take this jump, to go after, to see what it is that I want, because what if they see me as a fool? What if they do? What was it? My gosh. Oh, interesting. Okay, so Spirit just showed me this image from a documentary I watched like a zillion years ago that I completely forgot about. And it was with ice being put into water. And people thought ice was heavier than water, like it wasn't made up of water. I don't know what it was until they showed that if you put ice in and it melts, and then it's just water again. So there's something here where it's like, oh, I think this is bigger than it actually is, more mysterious than it actually is. But when I take that leap of faith, all of a sudden I'm like, oh, it's part of the flow of me. It's just part of the natural existence of me. And that's going to be a very important thing for us, because Scorpio, we walk the veil. And it's hard for people to understand us at times. That's why Scorpio is like one of the people where they're like, oh, Scorpios, they're hard to understand. They're so mysterious. They're so this, they're aloof. It's like you walk the veil between worlds. You are much more spiritually inclined than others. So people can find that hard. And you're also, when you're done, you're done. You're like, I'm not going to put on a front. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to move forward in this energy guided by spirit. And that is going to be very important. With the Fool reverse, we have to take that leap of faith. We have to also know that people don't always get us just innately, and that's okay. And then moves us to the Seven of Pentacles, it's that which correlates to the Eight of Wands. This is around money, okay? This is around our passion. We are impatient with the way that we want to move forward. So the Seven of Pentacles is all about patiently planting our seeds and watching them grow. And we're like, listen, I've been patient long enough. I want to see the results now. Capricorn is also a very result oriented, oriented sign. So during this time, we're going to be like, okay, if I think this, I should be able to put the time and energy into it and get it going. It's going to take a little bit more time than we realize. So just being aware of this is going to be important. Not being so hard on ourselves. Remembering, again, the cliche expression that each flower blooms at their own time is going to be very, very important for us. It moves us to our spirit message. Now, if you're interested in entering to receive a free reading, put a sun in the comment box below. A person will be chosen at random and announced at random. So good luck to everyone. Here we have the flicker, and it said, new rhythms are coming into your life now. You are encouraged to trust and adapt. And this is reversed, which really plays off of the Fool energy of like, no, it needs to be just this certain way, or I need to be familiar with it. That leap of faith is going to be hard for us. It's going to be trying for us. And just that acknowledgement, okay, this is going to be a bit scary, or okay, this is going to be a bit overwhelming. That's going to be so important because it gives us permission to have those emotions and then to still know, okay, this moon leading me in the best direction possible. And this moon is a culmination of the intention we set 6 months ago, which is at the beginning of the year. This moon correlates with our our New Year's resolutions that we put forward. And we're going to see ourselves during this time in a very different place. And if we look back to the beginning of the year, we might not be where we want to be, right? We might sit there and say, oh, I wanted XYZ. I wanted to be so much further along and I'm not there. So obviously I failed. And Spirit's like, oh, no, you didn't. Don't you dare say that to yourself, Scorpio, because this is going to be a time where you're so much closer. You're so much closer than you have been in a really, really long time. And you're actually going to find yourself in a much more grounded, stabilizing place because earth sign energy, it grounds you. And earth sign energy, right? We need it to hold the water. It holds the water of the rivers. We can move the earth, but we work in tandem with the earth. So that is very important. It moves us now to our chakra energy. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. So we have two. We have relationship and we have the inner child, which is interesting. This has come up as a combination before during this time frame. Relationship, here, this is our sacral chakra. We're very good with this. We have good relationships. We have a good relationship with ourselves, and which is interesting because this is our passion. This is our creativity. This is our sensual energy, right? And then we have the heart chakra come forward. And with the inner child, with the heart chakra coming forward, this is reversed, which means I have to honor the path that I have taken. I have to honor me when I was small and me when I was growing and thought I knew it all, and me where I am now, who is still learning, who is still developing, who is still understanding the way I need to move forward. So here, we're connecting with that inner child. That is going to be very important because we're also connecting with the dreams of prosperity, abundance, and wealth that we had when we were little, in the way that we want to move forward, in the practicality that we saw, which might not be practical. When you're little, you don't have an understanding of money. When you're little, you don't have, an understanding of so much. Like all the ins and outs of things. Everything is much more black and white. And then as you grow, you realize that there's the shading that makes everything possible. So here, embracing our relationships, a relationship with ourselves especially, but also the relationship we have with our inner child. Because some of us Scorpio are trying to distance ourselves from that. It's like, oh, I was just, it's almost looking at ourselves and saying, I didn't know. And feeling sad or feeling like what that child wanted, they will never have. What we wanted as a child, we will never have. And Spirit's like, that is absolutely not true. We might have had our dreams shaped by, the media and used grandiose language. But if we step back and say, what's the heart of it all? Then we can start to see ourselves. And that's going to be, and that is a really important thing. So embracing that heart and embracing that love is just so important for us. Doing the inner child meditation, where you take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you, and seeing yourself as the adult you are now, kneeling down and holding your arms open, and the child you once were running into those arms. And tell that kid, I love you. I will always love you. I will always listen to you. You are my best friend, my greatest joy. I love you so much. And see how that makes you feel. Because I know for a lot of you, it will bring tears to your eyes. Just that sense of, I'm seen, I'm heard. It's not as hard as I thought it was, even if you know that it's a hard road that's ahead of you. It moves us then to our Luna message. Angels and spirit guides. Ooh, it doesn't. So let me put this aside. It moves us then to our energy to be mindful of. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. This is the Seven of Cups. So the Seven of Cups is losing sight of our dreams, but we could also be, I'm just seeing us kind of being eaten by the dream of it all. People telling us, oh, I had my dreams. It was so easy for me. It was this, it was that. Kind of like the A role that we see on social media where everything is carefully curated just to be envy inducing. And here we have to be very mindful about that because we do walk in dreams. We're water sign energy. We have more of an alignment with dreams than other signs do. Okay. And we walk between the spirit world and the practical world. And so we have that alignment towards the fantastical, the impossible. It drives us. It drives us in a way that most never see. So just being aware of this and being aware that I can connect with my dreams, I connect with what I want, but I have to ground myself. I need that Capricorn energy to ground me. It's like being a kite, right? But you need somebody to hold on to the kite string, or else you just fly away. It's like being a nest and being the bird. You need the nest to come home to. It moves us then to our Luna energy, angels and spirit guides. Show me clearly, guide this reading, and show me clearly, angels. And spirit guides, angels and spirit guides. Show me clearly, guide this reading, and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides, angels. Wow. And spirit guides, angels. So interesting. Okay. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. Okay. All right. Ooh, sorry, I just hit my mic. Okay, so here we have resilience. We have this where we have a dream come forward that we're like, oh my gosh, a win. It's like we're so excited because it has been such a hard road, such a long road, and now a win is coming in. And it's like, oh my goodness. And then it says the answers you need are coming. We are going to see that we are astoundingly resilient. We could have thought, and we did think that we were life kind of happened. Oh, goodness. Life kind of happened to us. And we were just going this way with the waves and this way with the waves. And now we're starting to see that life had a plan. You know, that spirit has a message for us. And we're moving forward towards a goal. And we are so much more resilient. And the answers we need are coming. You know, we get this win and it's like, oh my gosh, I can do it. And it's so exciting. I'm so excited for you. Where it's like, oh my gosh, I can do it. I got this. And then it leads us to luck is on your side. You know, the sense of taking aim, looking at the bigger picture, luck is on your side, but it's accepting. It's accepting your gifts. It's being able to say, I'm stepping into a role of my power. You know, a lot of times I'm just seeing this. It's like, I didn't expect to have to take care of this all by myself, or I didn't expect life to get so hard. And here we have luck on our side. We have a beautiful connection with spirit or angels guiding us. We have a beautiful network of people around us too. And if you're saying, no, Dane, that's not me, then just know that your angels and spirit guides, biggest cheerleaders, want you to succeed in a way that would astound you, would bring tears to your eyes if you stop and listen to it, if you stop and listen to your angels. And it moves us then to an acceptance of ourselves, an acceptance of the duality of ourselves, the acceptance of these are my talents, this is what I love in life, this is who I am. This does not mean that our work has to be our passion. Our work can be what pays the bills, right? And our passion can be, you know, coming home and being able to do XYZ. Or it can be saving and building towards something that we have always dreamt of. So sometimes we get caught up in, oh, it has to look this way. Kind of take our limiting ideas out of it and say, Spirit, guide me. You know, Spirit, guide me forward. It leads us to a time to give rather than take. And what I see here is the planting of seeds, right? Things have slowed down because you need to plant the seeds, because you need to look at yourself. And it's going to be a beautiful time where all of a sudden it's like, oh, but what about this? And what about that? And nurturing this and nurturing that. It's not going to be speedy, 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 which is what we like in this world. We want everything to go really fast. It's going to slow down and we're going to start to see. And that is going to be very, very important. So when Spirit says it's a time to give rather than take, it isn't like, oh, I must sacrifice myself. I must give more of me. It's like, no, it's a time to give of your energy, your time, to slow things down and say, all right, this is how I'm building it forward, step by step by step. I'm taking the time, I'm planting the seeds, I'm weeding the garden, I'm moving it forward. A win-win outcome is forecast as we are blossoming into ourselves. We are working well with others. We are going to see that some sort of collaboration comes forward. Now, this may not be in work, right? We could work very singularly, but we're going to see that there's a collaboration coming forward in life in general. Okay, so this is money, or what we value as much as money. That's what the Pentacles represent. And we're going to see a win-win outcome forecast, a sense of a balancing coming in as we collaborate with others, as we open up the door, as we, you know, kind of bounce ideas off and we blossom into ourselves. It moves us then to adjustments are required. Now, Here with the Fool, we already know that we're kind of stuck in our ways and we're afraid to take that leap. But once we release our fears and we say, I'm releasing the fear, the doubt, the chaos that is holding me back. I'm being kind to myself. I'm seeing myself. All of a sudden, we can start to make those adjustments. But until we release, until we say, okay, this is what I've been afraid of, or this is what has been overwhelming me, until we release, we will we'll be a little bit too rigid. And Capricorn full moon, plays into a rigidity, but plays into a practicality of it all. And Scorpio, we're not always the most practical, but that works for us. So just being aware of that is going to be a very important thing. So just to reiterate, Saturn energy, which rules Capricorn, all right, is very fact-based, knowledge-based, hard work, discipline, determination, step by step, prove to me that you can actually do it type of thing before you take the risk. So that can make it harder to take the risk, to take that leap of faith in ourselves, because it's like, well, I haven't proven it yet because I haven't taken that risk, but I can't prove myself until I take that risk. So it can be a bit of a catch-22 type of thing. So do be aware of that. We need to adjust how we're seeing ourselves. We need to release our fears and our doubts and a certain amount of rigidity. And then we step into that energy and we can take that leap. We can make the adjustments. We can see ourselves, allowing ourselves to start the journey. And it brings us then to a time for healing and abundance. Now, this is reversed along with the Seven of Pentacles being reversed. So what this means is that we can be going through a financially difficult time, or a time where it's involving money or what we value as much as money that is difficult. We don't necessarily see ourselves as abundant, and yet we are stepping in during this moon to a time of abundance. It's a time to heal. It's a time for healing, but we can be so focused on things falling apart or things not going the way that we had anticipated that we haven't let ourselves heal. We haven't given ourselves permission to heal. That is going to be one of the challenging things of this moon, because this moon is a worker moon. This moon is a blessed moon when it comes to work, when it comes to, success, when it comes to prosperity, right? But when it comes to taking care of ourselves, it's like, well, I can do that later. It's like, no, you need to take care of yourself now because you're important. You're important. And we want to see you thriving, not just merely surviving. And so here, it's a time for healing. It is. It's going to be difficult to embrace that. And it's going to be difficult to embrace the fact that you are an abundant being. Because it's like, well, look at this fail, look at that fail, look at the win that you have. It's a small win. I'm not saying it's huge. It's a small win, but it changes everything. And it leads you on the path to abundance if you embrace the adage of slow and steady wins the race. And also not comparing yourself to others. Because you're going to be like, I'm not here, I'm not there. Don't assume their life is better than yours, because it's somebody who can see beyond the veil of people's illusions. It's not. It's not better. So let's see here our subconscious energy. Here we have the meadowlark. It says, smile. You will soon experience a wonderful journey of inner discovery. I love that for you, Scorpio. So here, this is the subconscious spirit message, which is smile. You will soon experience a wonderful journey of inner discovery. And that's what Spirit is saying here. It's like it all starts from within. And once we change the way that we're seeing things, and we can start to say, oh yeah, I can. It's like that fear that was holding us back, that doubt that was weighing heavy on us, it starts to lift. And that is beautiful. I love that. I love the meadowlark for you. It moves us then to our subconscious chakra message, which is the crown chakra. So we do have a blockage in our crown chakra around spiritual awakening. And Scorpio goes through this a lot in their lifetimes, because you are so close to the veil of the spirit world, where it could be like, I don't want to see anymore. I don't want to be embracing this. I want to be like everybody else. And Capricorn energy can be very like, okay, these are the roles. This is how you move forward. Can be very, kind of, I'm thinking like industrial revolution of it all. Like, here's how we manufacture everything, get everything out as quick as possible. And yours is more of a slower journey and a beautiful journey, like handmade especially for you. Couture, one might say. And so here with the blockage in the spiritual awakening, it's saying, it's letting ourselves say, I'm connected to spirit in a way that I may not understand, but I am opening up that connection, and I'm seeing me move forward in power and in tenacity of being. And I am embracing what I love and who I am. And that will really help with the blockage around putting the crown on your head and saying, I am royalty. I am, I have stardust running through my veins, and I am a miracle in existence, and I love me. Which sounds very egotistical, but it's healthy. It's healthy to look at yourself and say, wow, I really love who I am. It moves us to the energy to be mindful of, which is the Two of Swords. We can be very stubborn, very stubborn. It has to be like this. It has to be like that. Again, Capricorn full moon coming out, which is very much a blessing. But it can be, Capricorn is represented by the devil in the major arcana. It can be that rigidity where it has to be like this. It has to be like that. I'm controlling the chaos, which can mean that we can fall into more chaos because we're trying to control the chaos in our lives by either escapism or, whatever ism, or controlism. So here, just be mindful about that, especially because Spirit is saying be mindful of being too rigid, too like it has to be like this or like that. Spirit's like, be that beautiful water sign energy. Let yourself go with the flow, which sounds silly, but it's going to be very important. It moves us then to our tarot energy, which is the Page of Wands. And the Page of Wands is fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. If you're born on the cusp with Sagittarius, if you have fire sign energy in your chart, this comes through very powerfully and subconsciously. It's like, I am a student of my passion, of my prosperity, and of my success. I am a student of me. And that is a beautiful, beautiful thing. And so here with the Page of Wands, also know that subconsciously, Scorpio, you're going to be very affected by the young people in your life who are especially fire sign energy or have a lot of fire sign energy in their chart. They can be your kids, your grandkids, your nieces, your nephews, children that you work with, or even just inspiration that you see. But it's young energy. Or there can be somebody in your life. It's very positive, but this person has a certain naivety about them where you sit there and you're like, of course you come across so young. Like there's just this naivety to you. Like, of course you do. So just be aware of that. It moves us then to the moon saying to trust. Subconsciously, the moon is saying to us, trust me, I got you. And then it says, here, a fiery climax approaches and it's reversed. So here, it's like trust, but it's not going to be that fierce burst that we want. We want to see it because we're human and that's what we want. It's going to be a slower connection. It's going to be a slower burn, but it's like the slow burn that lasts forever. And that is going to be a beautiful thing that you play off of, that you build off of, and that absolutely is beautiful for you. Okay. All right, Scorpio. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and be safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power and intensity of this moon and of ourselves. And please note that this meditation and healing will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Scorpio. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless, and have a blessed moon. Bye.